Here's Johnny!
It's me again. I did want to do this before Halloween. Maybe I still can. In my last video, I went through all the Michael Myers Halloweens. Surprisingly to me, I made a pretty long clip. Hopefully this one shouldn't be that long, although I'm talking about 2 movie franchises. I might split this in 2 parts, if this gets long. Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. It's funny now I got to watch these in unison, like maybe watch few Fridays in a row, then throw in a nightmare in between until I hit where Freddy vs. Jason fits in. First I'll go into Nightmare on Elm Street. This movie actually got me into horror. Before I was basically in science fiction and comic books. Although I was like 13 or 14 years old when this was out, and I seen the first 3 on VCR tape rentals few years later. I guess I was in my little pissed off teenager phase. Also I got into heavy metal at this time too. Go figure. Anyway, about Elm Street, Freddy Krueger is my favorite horror guy. He screws with your mind before he kills you when you're asleep. The history of him was pretty cool. Vicious child murderer. Before the troubled childhood, an accidental birth. His mother was a nun who got raped by 100 lunatics in an asylum. Ended up burned to a crisp by all the parents of the kids he killed. And one of the reasons he started, they took his daughter. It was pretty inventive.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
The whole movie series was done really well, but a few weird offshoots with the second movie and Fred is Dead. And there was a new Nightmare that was a cool concept, where Freddy basically wanted to come in the real world. The first, third, fourth, and fifth did had a running story. I was going to go through them like I did with the Halloween movies, but after sitting in a bar having few Jack Cokes, I started writing for this. Going through them, it sounded tedious. I'm just going into them a little bit. The original was the best. Freddy was the scariest. The second was okay. Freddy's still scary, but story was sorta strange. Okay, 3, 4, and 5 had bigger budget, but Freddy was less scary, more comedian. Fred is Dead went differently from the storyline, introducing Freddy's daughter. Still, he was more funny than scary. New Nightmare, cool concept. Like I said before, Freddy was back to being scary. Okay, should I go into the remake, even though nobody seemed to like it? Shit, I didn't even like it much. After watching it for about the 3rd time, I guess, I gotten disliking it less. Story was a little weak, although it took stuff from the original I liked. Still don't like how they changed Freddy's origin, from a child murderer to a child molester. Thing that really still bugs the shit out of me. They didn't give him his big evil nose. I looked at the special features. The director wanted realism in Freddy being a burn victim. Well, he kills people in their dreams. He could look like anything he wanted. Actually, Jackie Earle Haley could have pulled it off. Another thing, they should put emphasis on why he used the razor glove. I was going to put Freddy vs. Jason in this one, but I'll put it in with when I do the Friday the 13th. Anyway, I'm going to try posting this tonight and start on part 2.